Hey everyone, it's me, Russ Shaw. Unfiltered, unedited. Can we do that? I'm trying not to spend too much time editing because sometimes, I like it. It's creative stuff, but sometimes it drives me bananas. I just thought I'd share some records we got last week before we went to Bremerton to the punk show. My daughter sent, we're kind of busy. We're trying to get ready for the show tonight, and then she's like, but there's a yard sale. They were going to come over, her and Tracy, and we would go yard sailing. And there's a yard sale with a bunch of records, right? Just down the street from you, not very far. I'm like, okay, go yard sailing. So we, spent some time and found some great finds at the yard sale. There was 2 yard sales I found records at. The second one wasn't as good, but the first one had a lot of great stuff. Here's a shot of that. That's the only thing I'm editing in this video. Promise. So, I like some 80s stuff. They had a lot of 80s stuff, and I don't think they were like... You can tell when people are... It kind of seemed like Discogs. Were they pricing on Discogs, you think, Dana? This guy?
The first guy?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, pretty good prices.
This record is... this is the new wavy 80s stuff. Tears for Fears. It's in great condition. We played this on the turntable earlier today. Yeah, man. Songs from the Big Chair in great condition. This was like $7. I was happy to get this record. It's funny because I wasn't really into this kind of music back when it was popular. I was more into metal stuff and Van Halen and bands like, Kiss. I was, rock and roll all night, party every day, such and such, right? And that's the power of some of these like cover bands, maybe. The first show we saw after the pandemic, it was not really after the pandemic because I think the pandemic was still going. No one really knew until the hospitals filled up again and people started freaking out. Around here anyway. And we went to see this band called Nightwave, and they were a new wave like cover band, and they did a really great job. It was a really entertaining show, and it kind of got me into some of this kind of music again. They played all the Tears for Fears stuff.
My kind of music.
That's the kind of music, Dana, right? You were into that stuff, that scene, and we didn't know each other in high school. She was into more of that wavy kind of. Yeah, the Shout is on this. There's like 3 big hits that were on this. Everyone Wants to Rule the World, and is it Head Over Heels? I'm head over heels. Whoa. I can't remember how that goes, but yeah, Tears for Fears. There's that one. I'm gonna move through these a little faster. Another great one from the 80s. Kind of new wavy stuff. I liked the Eurythmics a little bit because it's a little bit, a little bit badass wavy stuff, You had, especially when they had that one song that Marilyn Manson covered that's not coming to me. Would I Lie to You is on this. Would I Lie to You? That is some poppy stuff. Poppy 80s stuff. Here's another one that we do have in the collection, but I think this was $5. And it's a comp, right? Like, it's not a comp. What am I saying? See? I'm not going to cut that out. I'm not going to do it. I made a mistake there. I'm not going to cut it out. I'm not going to over-edit this video. I'm just not going to do it. It's a promo. When they notch something out like that, it's a promo. It goes to a radio station or something like that. But it's still in the shrink. Like, this is sealed. So I don't know if it's actually sealed because it has the notch in it, but... Does this make it more collectible because it's still sealed? I think it's cool that it's sealed. It's never been played. That's got to count for something, right? I think so. Who's That Girl from the Who's That Girl? That's a soundtrack record, but some cool Madonna tunes on there. It's got the hype sticker still on it, of course, because it's never been opened. Why would it not have the hype sticker on it? Cyndi Lauper. True Colors. This also is in great condition. Hadn't been played much at all. How much did we spend on this one, do you think? I forget. It was like, is there a sticker I can see?
Was it $5?
It was like $5 or 10, I can't remember.
I think it's $5 or $8.
Something like that, yeah. Good old Cyndi Lauper. That was one of her huge hits, True Colors. And then she does a cover of What's Going On, you know, the Marvin Gaye. Covered that, you know, and covered another kind of, you know, soul song and made it, you know, Cindy-ified. There she is. Back in the day with the mirror. Sort of a Black Sabbath sabotage thing going on right there. Right? Sabotage inspired. Maybe. With the mirror. Anyway. It's different. It's different though. I'll give her that. She's not copying anything. It's people get inspired by stuff. Alright? This is interesting. This was on clearance somewhere at some point in time. Joe Walsh. I didn't have this one. I've never found one that was in very good condition. This one was actually in good condition. It wasn't $1.77. That would have been great. I think it was like $5. Got this record for $5. And then when we bought all these records, he even gave us, you know, I'll just round it down to whatever we spent. I can't remember what it was. I can play that rock and roll for you. It's probably my favorite song on this record. I could play that rock and roll for you. It's great. Another Joe Walsh solo masterpiece of sound. Then we got Quincy Jones. This is funky. I tell you what, this is 80s Quincy Jones, the dude. All right. Long before the Big Lebowski, there was Quincy Jones as the dude. Okay, I have to play a little clip of this. I have to. That's right. Don't go messing with the dude. All right. This record's pretty great. Quincy Jones, by the way, but I used to go by, is it Garfield High School? I want to say it's Garfield High School, where Jimi Hendrix and Quincy Jones went to high school here in Seattle area. In the city of Seattle. Yeah, Garfield High School, like the cat. I used to stop by there. They dedicated a whole amphitheater, or not amphitheater, it's like a theater, performing arts, Quincy Jones Performing Arts Center at Garfield High School, you know, because Quincy Jones went there. They don't even mention Jimi Hendrix because he dropped out of high school, right? He's one of those bad guys who dropped out of high school. So we can't honor Jimi Hendrix. Seriously? I don't know. I get it. High school. Stay in school, kids. Uncle Russ is encouraging you to stay in school. Not like I did, right? It wasn't, you know, I wish I would have finished it out, stuck with it, finished high school, but I never did. And, I don't know. To each their own. George Jones. This guy got some country. This guy, Troubled Man. All right. And it is Trouble in Mind. Speaking of good old George Jones. I think I shared that video of Frank Turner talking about George Jones. It was pretty cool. He bought a book there at Amoeba Records. It was one of their videos. And talked about like Motley Crue's The Dirt, you know, and some of these bands who are making all the excess and rock and roll and partying, and like no one's got anything on this guy. Like this guy, what do you say that George Jones was going to quit cocaine, and his cocaine dealer kidnapped his family and held them for ransom. Like, that's pretty bad. His wife took the keys to the car away so he wouldn't go to get booze in town, and he got on a tractor and rode it into town. There's just a number of things with this guy. And he got sober and cleaned up his life eventually. The drug dealer took a life insurance policy out on him, just assuming the guy's going to destroy himself and die. He lived to be 81, despite all the crazy living and stuff that he went through. I mean, even Keith Richards, you know, these guys, right? We've lost too many good people to you know, not having self-control over their vices. And it's serious, man. And a lot of artists. Dolly Parton. There's another one. Got this one for... My wife found this one. She also found me a few records because I thought I dug through all the bins and I missed a few. But yeah, there's some good tunes on here. If you're into Dolly Parton. Here You Come Again. Cowgirl and the Dandy. Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is kind of a cool song about, you know, you're sad and lonely and there's nobody out there. It feels like you're so alone. And then you're just down the hall. There's a party going on. Don't even know it. Right. It's just an interesting song about, I don't know, what we focus on maybe. Dolly Parton's just an amazing national treasure if there ever was one. Making a rock and roll record in her, what, 90s? Late 80s. I can't remember how old Dolly Parton is. I'm not going to do it. See, I was going to edit right there. See, I'm pulling it back. I'm pulling it back. Flaps. I'm trying to not spend all night editing this video. Frank Sinatra. I don't think we have this one. We have a lot of Frank records, but this one we do not have. The Nearest of You. Good old Frank. Got to have some chairman of the board in there. I tell you what. This was a great find too. I've seen this record just beat to heck in the bargain bins a few times. Animalization by the Animals. And this is mono. This is the mono copy right here. This is an amazing piece of music right here. Not in bad condition at all. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Like, man, amazing. And then the second yard sale we went to, I found another scratchy copy of Carole King's Tapestry. I think the other copy we have I got for $5, and it skips. That's not good. This album kind of reminds me of my mom. God rest her soul. There's some good memories when a lot of these songs were big hits back in the day as well, playing on the radio. And yeah, I haven't put this on the turntable yet. I'm not sure if it plays. It's pretty beat. It was $1. This was $1 at a different yard sale. And then, speak of another bad boy of country music, had his own issues. This got clearance down to $1.99 at some point. I got it for $1. It is Mr. Hank Williams Jr. Major Moves. This is, what year was this? 1980, 84? Yeah, the 80s Hank Williams Jr. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Mr. Hank Williams Jr. Oh, Hank used to be the football theme song, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. But that's the stuff we got at the yard sale. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, might as well like it. If this is your first time finding me on the YouTubes, hey, let's hang out. Just subscribe to the channel and, you know, do this some more. Thanks for watching. Till next time, try and be kind and good to one another, you know. Don't get too stressed out. Realize if you're really bummed out and sad that, as Dolly Parton says, there's a party somewhere.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.